So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister NEZE, and this is NEZE Peperempe. Guys, I decided to sit on my bed today. I was watching the last video that we made and I was like, it's looking so formal, it's looking too serious, it's looking too NEZEVILLE-ish. So I'm like, okay, let me change my background today. Let me sit on my bed and have this relaxed atmosphere, because you know there has to be some kind of difference between our NEZEVILLE videos where we talk about serious stuff and our NEZE Peperempe where you know it's up close and personal. So how do you like this? I hope it's looking okay. Fair enough, right? So in that last video, I told you guys all the freebies that you get to enjoy as a resident of Canada, either a permanent resident or just residing in Canada, all the freebies that comes with it. And in today's video, I'm going to be flipping another page of reality to you. In my place, they say, waiting the sweet, they punch belly. Waiting the sweet, they cause jetty. So in other words, what has advantages also has disadvantages, right? So in today's video, I'm going to be giving us a holistic idea of the typical expenses you're going to incur living in Canada, and what we, a big family of 6, the kind of expenses that we shoulder monthly living in Canada. And please, as always, you guys know how we do. Information is power. I keep saying that. So please let us know down in the comment section what it is like in your country, the country where you live, the province where you live. Just rub your minds and share your thoughts down below. All right, so without further no ado yet, if you are new here, if you are seeing this beautiful Omalicha Ada face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, hello, come on, what's up? Please hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up already. Oh yeah, give a thumbs up now. That one, they come out sweat for body now. Give the video a big thumbs up and drop your comments down in the comment section as we proceed, okay? So without further ado, let us dive right in. So according to statistics from the World Population Review, Canada is amongst the top 20 countries in the world that is most expensive to live in. I think it occupies either number 20 or number 21 in the whole world. Okay, that is a lot. That is something, because there's so many countries, right? According to its 2024 statistics, its review also, it also lists Canada amongst the top 20 highest taxed countries in the world. So Canada is among the top 20 countries that taxes are most high. The normal consequences of being highly taxed and all the things that may follow is that living in that country will be very expensive, not might. And that is exactly the situation in Canada. So not forgetting all the good things that come with living in Canada, you need to be aware that living in Canada is very, very expensive. So let us go to the breakdown of expenses that you would definitely incur living in Canada, and we do incur. First, let me start with the big whale, the big elephant in the room: rent. So I believe that rent is like the highest single bill that about anybody pays in Canada. Rent. So for a big family like ours, I keep saying big family, in Nigeria we might be a normal family, but in Canada we are a big family. A family of 6 is a big family. So typically a family of our size will occupy a 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, or 3 baths. In fact, I heard that in their law, in their legislation, I've not read it, I've not researched it because I didn't have need to. I heard that it is not even legal for a family this size to occupy less than a 3-bedroom, like 2-bedroom, especially where there are 2 genders, like mixing the male children and the female children in one room and the parents occupying another room is not allowed, it's not legal. And many landlords will not even allow a family this size to come into their rented property that is less than 3 bedroom. So apart from us wanting comfort, yes, we wanted to rent a 3 bedroom even without the existence of that legislation. But apart from that, our wants, what we wanted, is not even allowed for a family this size to cramp themselves in a 2 bedroom. So for rent in a 3 bedroom, maybe a duplex or a townhouse or a 3 bedroom condo, whatever it is, you are looking at between $2,500 to up to $3,500, depending on your province. If you are living in the almighty Toronto, BC, Ontario, yeah, BC and such provinces that are very expensive, then you should be looking at, oh my god, in fact there, 1 bedroom, if I'm not mistaken, 1 bedroom can cost over $2,000 just for 1 bedroom. So in those kind of provinces, you should be looking at up to $3,500 or even more if you want to rent a very spacious 3 bedroom with 2.5 bathrooms. For a family of 6, rent is the number 1 expense that you're going to have to shoulder, and rents of course are paid monthly here. It's not like Nigeria that at the beginning of the rental year you pay your rent and the landlord is not disturbing you for the whole year. You enjoy the whole year knowing that I've paid my rent for the year. But over here it is very different, because every month you have to think of, oh, it's rent time. Before you know it, you know how time flies, before you know it, it's time to pay rent again. All the salaries you've worked for, you throw it in. On the other hand, for those that do not pay rent, they have their mortgage they're paying, right? So for those that have stayed a little bit longer and have purchased their homes, they're not paying rent to the landlords, they're paying off their own mortgage, because of course it's not everybody that can purchase a house outrightly, $750,000. So it's mostly on mortgage arrangements. So every month you have to pay a part of your mortgage. So that is the number 1 expense that we incur. Secondly, utilities. Utilities are like those basic standard bills that come every month, and we're talking about electricity, we're talking water, we're talking gas, we are talking what else, sewage, yeah, dustbin, yeah, refuse, we're talking stuff like that. And over here, of course, you guys know the light does not go off, the light is always on, so the bill is always running. That's why people like us are always going from room to room. Off the light. If you want to look for my trouble, let me just come and see lights on where there's nobody there. Try to see how we can cut the bill. I don't even know whether I'm wasting my time. Please just let me know in the comment section whether I am wasting my time. All those offy lights up and down, does it make any difference? Does it make a change? I beg, let me know in the comment section. Are you like me that goes around making sure that all the lights are off, or you just leave yourself and do your thing? Because it can be very frustrating when you're just, you know, offing lights. Before you off and come out, another person has put on the lights and you're just, you know, going crazy in the house. I do not even know if it makes a difference on the bill, but I assume so. So the lights are always on, the freezer is always on 24/7, stuff like that are always on, and you know, bills are reading. Gas also, you need gas to power your gas cooker, your oven and stuff. And it's not like Nigeria where you go and buy gas. Hey, you are cooking on Sunday nights, gas has finished. Hey, you start calling Aki, you still dey shop and my gas don't finish. I can't feel my gas. No. Over here, it is automatic from their system, from their whatever, their reservoir. The gas is being supplied to the houses. So there's nothing like gas has finished. All right. And all these things are bills. Heating too, of course, especially when it's winter period. Oh, that's when the bill even goes triple. It goes off the roof because the heater has to be on all the time so you don't freeze to death. So for these utilities in a 3-bedroom, 2.5 townhouse or duplex with a family of 6, of course, the number of people in the house will determine usage, right? More people, more water, more people, more cooking, right? So we should be looking at between $450. We pay between $450 to maybe $500, but sometimes even more than that during winter. But generally, I would say between $450 to $600. That is the amount of bill that you might incur monthly as a family of 6. So as I'm giving you this estimate, just be using your tongue to count your teeth and know, okay, if a family of 6 is paying this, perhaps a family of 2 might pay this, family of 3 might pay this. That's for those that have not come. But for those that are already here, please drop in the comment section how much, the estimate of what you pay and what you do to check exorbitant bills, all right? Drop down in the comment section. So 3, phone bills and internet. Phone and internet. Okay, there are 2 different things. Yeah, in Nigeria too, there are 2 different things, because you recharge your line for credits, or the airtime, we call it airtime, right? And you still pay for internet if you want extra internet. So for those that do not have very heavy internet consumptions, like I am a content creator, internet is my friend every day. I'm a heavy consumer when it comes to internet because of my videos. I watch a lot of things, I download a lot of things. So aside from the small internet, the small data that is given to me on my phone by that network provider, I still have another network provider that gives me internet. I still have my Wi-Fi, and I pay separately for my internet from my phone. So for phone bills, whatever I'm giving you is for my husband and I, the 2 adults in the house. For phone bills, you should be looking at between $100 for phone. Then for internet, we should be looking at between $70, $80. So phone and internet, you can be spending roughly $200 or slightly lower, and that's another bill that you have to pay every month. It's monthly deductions. Most of these bills are monthly, so every month as you're working, once the salary hits the account, you have to pay your bills, because you can't even afford to be a debtor. So that's another bill. 4, insurance. Insurance is a very big thing here. It's not like so many countries back home where it's almost optional. Yes, legally it is compulsory, but practically, you see so many people driving without insurance. Okay, when police catch you, you start begging and start giving a guje. Over here, there is no begging, there's no guje. You must have insurance, and it is really important. Even despite we were here less than 1 year, we saw the importance of insurance, because some weeks back we had a hailstorm, and the car was not in the garage when the hailstorm started. Very big, like big ice blocks dropping like with serious force all the way from the sky. So it was so much, it's, you know, created dent on our car, and the glass, it broke the glass. So the insurance company is handling the cost of having all of that fixed. So insurance is very, very important. It's not even optional. We pay insurance for the car insurance, and we also pay tenants insurance. So most landlords will require that you pay tenants insurance in case of maybe fire. Yeah, there's so many things that it covers. The insurance company would indemnify you to a certain level. I think our cover is large, sometimes up to $1 million, $2 million, depending on the coverage you want. You can choose the minimum if you don't want to spend so much on that, but it's also a cost that will be incurred. So the same company handles both our car insurance and our home insurance. It's called tenants insurance, and it's taken monthly. And for the 2, you should be budgeting between $300 to $400 on insurance. Now it can even be more. We got to pay a little bit less because I did a lot of research before coming. I already knew that if you come with this no claims letter, I have explained that no claims letter to you guys before. Like, it's a letter from your insurance company in Nigeria attesting to the fact that you're a decent driver, you're not high risk, you've not been coming with claims, you've not been having accidents, you have kept your record clean. So that letter, if you bring it to Canada and you show the insurance company that there's a precedence of good behavior when it comes to driving, it will reduce, because you're now lower risk, right? So it will reduce your premium. So we came from Nigeria with that letter, and it really drastically helped reduce our premium. If not, oh my god, what would have been paying in car insurance? It is very expensive. Then what else can make the price vary? The number of cars. Some people have more than one car and they can't help it, because daddy is going to work in downtown, mommy is going to work in southeast, 2 different places, and they have to come to the office before a certain time. Someone has to be doing school runs here while somebody's in the office. So having more than one car is a necessity for some families. But we do not have 2 cars. Well, we don't have need for it yet because I work from home. So it's only my husband that, you know, uses the car most times to go to wherever he needs to go to. But some families have 2 cars, and of course both cars have to be insured. That is more money. So there are different peculiarities that can make this cost either lower or higher, such as that document I told you about, the number of cars you have in your family. What else would the insurance company put into account before they give you a premium? Whether you work from home or you drive to the office, because if you drive to the office every day, you are high risk, because the more you are on the road, the more tendency that something could happen, unlike when the car is just parked and you are walking in the house. So there are different information that is going to be asked from you or asked of you, that when you supply, they will now calculate your premium. So but if you have a car and you are insuring the house where you live, you should be looking at between that $300 to $400 or $450. The next cost that we incur living in Canada is the cost of daycare. Daycare, day homes, day whatever. Okay, you guys know that my baby, my daughter, goes to daycare. So every day, Monday to Friday, she goes to daycare, and daycare, it doesn't come cheap. It is expensive. So typically the daycare, how their fees are structured is according to the age of the child. So they have 0 to 18 months. It comes with its own fee. Of course, children that age are more demanding, so the cost of keeping children that age is more expensive. So we have 0 to 18 months, then we have 19 months to 3 years, which is slightly lower. Then we have 3 years to 5 or 6 when they go to school proper, right? So the cost of childcare in Canada is expensive. Some daycares charge up to $1,800, $2,000 monthly. Yes, I'm telling you from experience. 1,000 is a daycare. I don't know. I heard that day homes are more expensive, but from my experience, daycare, the daycare that I have linked up with, is a lot more expensive than a day home. Well, I do not know, but yeah, it is what it is. A lot of people prefer daycares because more eyes on the children. It's not one single individual. There's more structure. There is more checks and balances. So more people prefer daycares, the proper institution, to day homes where one person just converts their basement to a child center, and it's only one person looking at your child. So daycares, as I was saying, daycares in Canada, you can be up to $1,800 monthly to $2,000. And yes, there are some subsidies that you might get as a newcomer, or depending on your income. So give or take, if those subsidies are applied, you can be paying between $800, $1,000, $1,200, $1,400, depending on your income. But when you get to a stage where your income is deemed sufficient for you to be able to cater to yourself without government assisting you, my dear brothers or sisters, you will pay the full $1,800 or $2,000, and that is expensive. So of course you have to consider, you have to factor in your job. How much are you getting paid? Are you going to a job of $1,500 and paying daycare of $2,000? It doesn't make economic sense. So you have to weigh, what you do, how much income you're generating, that time that the baby will be taking from you, what is the value of that time monetarily, so you then know whether it is a good step, or whether you just stay with your child. So daycare is another cost that we incur monthly, and it is expensive. The next expense, monthly expense, in fact this one is daily expense. I don't even know between this one and rent which one is higher. The next, can you guess? Just guess in the comment section. This one is not even location specific. Everywhere you are, this one, they chop money, especially if you guys are a big family. Can you guess? Foodie. Ciao, Eri. Hey, oh my god. Food is the second biggest. I don't even know what to call it first. Well, let me just call it second. The second biggest expense that we incur as a family of 6 living in Canada. So for food, I will categorize food into 2. I will call what? Provisions. In Nigeria, you know what we call provision. Provision are food that you buy in supermarkets, Superstore, Walmart, T&T in Nigeria. Let me use Nigeria example. ShopRite, Ebano supermarket, Milo, all those Milo milk, all those butter, mayonnaise, all those kind of things. Provisions. So the money for food is divided into provisions and foodstuff. While foodstuff are those things that you buy in maybe the real market in Nigeria. Real market, my one market, Ojuelegba market, all those food stuff that you buy in the market. So over here, our expenses for food is categorized into that provisions that we buy at the supermarket and the local food that we buy in either African store or we buy from farmers markets. This other area of local food, I'm talking about tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, pepper, I'm talking chicken, I'm talking meat, fish, turkey, I'm talking stuff from African store like snails, egusi. Most of the stuff that we came with are beginning to finish. We enjoyed them, and I've not had strength to start arranging shipment of more things from Nigeria. So right now I'm buying all of those other food stuff at the African store until I have energy to ship all those crayfish and all those kind of things. Beans, gari, semo, all of those things are very expensive. Very, very expensive. In fact, there is no day that we go out that we don't have a need to buy food. Something has finished. Something has always finished in the house. Every day I am writing a list. Every day I don't even know this one. I don't know how to describe this one. The amount of dustbin. How I know that this house, the better chop, is the number of dustbins that my husband takes out every evening. I'm like, all this food, all these things in the dustbin, were they eating in this house? So food is very expensive. Food is a bill, a cost that never ends as long as you are living. Shally, this one I have boys eat a lot. Even at their small age, they eat. So food is a very, very big expense. Even in Nigeria, food is expensive. Everybody's crying food. So let me give an estimate now that I've spoken about that. For food, groceries and regular food, even soup, I order soup a lot. Yes, there's some soup that I cook by myself, like soup that I can easily get the ingredients, like okra soup. They have nice okra here, just like our okra back home. I make a lot of okra soup myself with goat meat. Goat meat is accessible here. I join all these groups where they divide meat, so I'll just pay for 1/4 cow. The kill cow divided. Yeah, goat meat too. I can either buy the full goat meat or I can buy half. So it's accessible here, and it is similar to what we have back home. So for soup that I cannot easily make myself because I don't have the ingredients, like afang soup, bitter leaf soup and stuff like that, I order. So there's so many Nigerians here that are into the business. They'll cook it, they would bring it to your doorstep. So I do that sometimes. So all of this costs when it comes to food can take up to $1,500 to $2,000 for a family of 6. Yes, monthly. Maybe if you want to be very, very strict with how you spend, maybe it cannot. I don't think it can cost less than 1,000. No. Let me know in the comment section if you are a family, a big family of like 6 and 7, 8 abroad, what it costs you to feed the family in a month. I'm not a wasteful person. I learned from my mom. I know how to manage house and manage food very well. No wasting in my household. But yet we still find ourselves doing all this spending when it comes to food. So yeah, food